And I am done. So I just finished up reading Network Effect, which is the fifth in the Murderbot Diaries series by Martha Wells. And I liked this book a lot. I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. And I think it's a significant improvement from the past few Murderbot Diaries books. I started out really liking this series. It was fun, different, short. I normally don't like short books, but I thought this was one of the better short story series that I've ever read. And Murderbot is just an entertaining main character that can really drive a series. Unfortunately, I thought the series started to dwindle the past few books, and the reason that I felt that way was mostly because I didn't feel like there was a lot of character development going on. Murderbot acts the exact same way as he's acted since the first page of the first book, which is kind of quirky, sarcastic, self-conscious, wants to spend all of his time watching TV and, doesn't get along great with humans. And that's exactly how he acts going along this series. And I also felt like these books were the same formula going on in pretty much every book, whereas Murderbot, his humans that he is in task of watching over are in trouble in some way, and he's got to fight other bots in order to rescue them. And along the way, he will run into some other robot that's entertaining in their own way, and they will have a fun, dialogue between them and kind of funny. This book fixed all the problems that I had with the development and the character issues, mostly, I think, because this was a full-length novel. This was about 350 pages. The previous ones were about 150 pages. The other ones were novellas. This is a novel. And it didn't feel like this is let's just take one of our novellas and extend it. Everything changed in this one. And I don't want to ruin any of the story, but it is not that same formula that happened before. Yes, there is another robot, that plays that other role of another robot. But it is not simply about humans getting abducted and having to rescue them. There's a much deeper story here. And the length of this story allows you to deal with Murderbot's emotions a bit more, conflicting emotions. You felt like there was actual growth going on with this main character. It felt like the comedy worked better in this series with the length of it. Things didn't feel shoehorned in. So there was a lot that I really liked about this book. What I didn't like about this book is maybe more of a me problem, but this, and I really truly think, people have gotten on my case about this in the past, that why do I keep reading science fiction books if I don't love science fiction books? I don't love science fiction books. I like them, and I will read them, but I do not like them as much as I like, a big, beefy fantasy book. I will almost always give it a star or more than I would its counterpart in the science fiction category. And that's a problem for me here is, it didn't have the things that I love about books, which is, these fun twists, grandiose plots, Earth ending, everyone trying to save the day or failing to save the day, catastrophic things going on. This is about a tight story, where none of the rest of the universe cares about what's going on here. It doesn't impact the greater story of what's going on. It's about a specific incident happening and a specific incident getting solved. But it is better than the last several. I do think that I liked the second one maybe the most out of this series. But I thought this was probably the second best in the series. So I'm kind of back in on Murderbot. I was feeling as I started to read this book that it was going down the same path and I might have to give up. I hate giving up on a series. It annoys me. And I'm really hesitant to do it. And there was only one book left, I think, until I'm caught up. And I have this deep satisfaction about catching up with things. So I'm very happy to say that I'm back on board. Really like this book. And I was sad that it finished because I liked everything that was going. In fact, I liked this book the longer it went on. I think it did have a bit of a slow second act, but the third act was wonderful. And it was very different than the other ones. A much bigger plot, a lot more happening, a lot different. So, Yep, I'm back in. I understand a lot about what people... I haven't read the reviews of this book, but I suspect that they're probably higher than some of the previous books. And I'm excited to read that sixth book. I also read an interview of Martha Wells recently. I don't know about an interview, but like a Q&A on Reddit. And she mentioned in one of the comments that she does have another full-length novel planned. So I'm really excited to read that one. I am back excited about reading the novellas, but really excited about reading the next novel. So that's my review of Murderbot Network Effect, and I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.